Hello, hello, Scorpios, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Welcome to Stars with Stasi, where no matter who or what you are on this cosmic journey, you are welcome here. All right, Scorpio, today we're going to look at some of my favorite oracle decks. These decks are very deep and spiritual, just like Scorpio. So I thought it would be a great exercise to just like every other week put up a video where I go over some of my favorite decks, things that I use on my channel and in my personal practice, and also go in depth. I'm going to talk about the cards, the imagery on the cards, and I'm also going to pull out the guidebook for each of these decks. We're going to review one card in full. I'm going to read the entire exercise or passage to you because I think it's important when you are purchasing decks that you know ahead of time before dropping that money if it's something that you're going to resonate with. And sometimes when readers are doing general readings on the internet, on YouTube, or any other platform, they're not going to do that. I don't pull out the book to read about the card during a general reading. I use my intuition. So this is also a good practice just to kind of get as much information as you can. So this is called the Inner Child Oracle deck. I use this on my own channel quite often. This is by Amanda Ashling, and it's a 44 card deck. It comes with, and they all do, it's going to come with its own guidebook, and we're going to take a look at a specific card that I pulled ahead of time. And I just want to show you the imagery on these cards and how they have numbers on here to help guide you intuitively. So number 26, practice freedom, release the weight of judgment. And with this deck, really it's trying to have you meditate on what it is that you might be carrying from your inner child days. What inner child wounds are we healing from? Today is the day. It's time to begin the journey. So as you can see, there's a lot of beautiful imagery here. We have lightning in the background, which is like lightning strike. It's time. Breathe in, number 7, practice breath work today. And then, oh, this is quite lovely. It says, number 35, there is hope ahead. Have courage and take heart, for there is hope. So it's a very encouraging deck. And again, this is going to be chaptered, so you can jump around to whichever deck calls to you. So let's see. This book is quite lovely, and it has it broken down by introduction. What is your inner child? Working with the inner child. It tells you how to use the deck in different spreads. Now, for the purpose of this, we're just going to pull out one card and go through it. And then it has each card listed, and I think it's good practice when you first get the deck to go through the exercises if you are drawn to do so. So this card that I pulled randomly was 39. You are wanted. There is a home waiting within. You are wanted. So let's read what this is all about. Abandonment is a wound that many of us carry. It's a tender place within us that mourns at the prospect of rejection. Such a sweet heart beats within those who have experienced the pain of being unwanted. Be gentle with yourself in the presence of this pain. At your core, we all crave connection and to be drawn into the embrace of beloved souls. And then it has the acceptance exercise. The exercise for this card is to be quite gentle in nature, but it will require you to be exceptionally vulnerable with yourself. I recommend doing this in front of a mirror. But if a mirror is unavailable, or if it detracts from your ability to complete the exercise, please skip this step. Find a comfortable place and reflect on a touch that speaks to your abandoned inner child. For me, this touch is when someone cups the side of my face. Once you have found that touch that brings to life these tender places within, give that touch to yourself. Let yourself fall deep into the feeling of your hands on your skin, much as it would be a trusted friend or lover. If you are in front of a mirror, I would like for you to look into your eyes and tell yourself that you will never leave you, that you will never abandon yourself, that you will never walk away, and that it is you, beloved, and me until the very end. If you do not have a mirror, close your eyes and say these words. Know that you are your own home and that is waiting within. Responsive journaling prompt. How does your inner child feel after hearing that you will never leave them? Do you feel loved? Do you feel seen? Is there anything that they need at this moment? Ooh, just reading that child brought tears to my eyes. So Scorpio, you can see why this is a deck that's in my collection. I read for Scorpios mostly on my channel, and obviously I read for all 12 signs professionally. But this deck is very deep. It's healing, and as you can see, it's worth it. I like this deck a lot because not everything that we experience in life is some kind of traumatic event that we can't get through, but every person is meant to experience things that require healing. Sometimes we do have to look back and say, you know, I couldn't advocate for myself then, but I can do it now. So if this sounds like something you're interested in, again, this is the Inner Child Oracle deck by Amanda Ashling. I recommend this deck. I've always enjoyed it. So let me know what you think. All right. The next deck that I have is by my dear friend, Raven Digitalis. It is Exploring the Empath's Oracle. So the Empath Oracle deck, it has a beautiful box, beautiful imagery on these cards. And these cards are a bit bigger. And, you know, I think that I've had them for over a couple years. They definitely hold up well. I just want to show you. Now, Raven's been on this channel a couple of times, and this is not AI art. This is actual oil paintings that have been then generated into the cards, and they're very, I don't know, like trippy and psychedelic looking. Like this is conquering social anxiety. This card will speak to things that empaths generally need to tackle in life. So this is awareness of cosmic influences, and you can see all of the imagery there. So it can be used intuitively, which I like as well. Like I said, when you're doing general readings or you're working with clients, you're not necessarily going to stop and pick up the book. So you want to be able to intuit from the cards. This is number 30, engaging with fears and doubts. Oracle cards are great for doing internal work. I mean, so are tarot cards, but you don't need a background necessarily. Tarot can be very intense to learn, and you have to want to learn it. But you can right off the jump start working with oracle cards. Now, this book will go through a variety of exercises as well. It has the introduction to Raven, an introduction to Constantine, who is the person that did the imagery on the cards. It'll talk about interpreting the cards as well. And the one that when I shuffled earlier and I picked was the number 8, welcoming the help of others. I thought that was so telling that this is, you know, I mostly run a Scorpio channel and this shows up, and, you know, we don't like to ask for help. Comment below. You know how we are. So the number 8, welcoming the help of others. So I'm going to read this to you and try to also hold up this card so you can see the imagery on there. You see how there's multiple faces and lots of things happening cerebral in the mind. The themes of this card: opening personal energy to receiving rather than only giving. Scorpios always overextend, and I always talk about that on my channel. Contemplating different forms of healing that can benefit our growth. Releasing self-limiting and ego-based beliefs of being a constant provider. So then it speaks to the imagery. This beautiful card depicts divine wings of spiritual guardians. In fact, this painting depicts the artist himself with his son and touches on the theme of putting energy into sustaining another person. We all deserve substance, care, and healing in our lives. It also illustrates the strength that both the sender and the receiver of support can draw from this process. Humanity lives and thrives on mutual sharing of knowledge. We must be aware of this responsibility. One of the most significant lessons for us, highly empathic souls, is to open ourselves to healing from others, whether this is in the form of psychotherapy, counseling, energy work, metaphysical workshops, deep conversations, or anything else. We absolutely need to embrace the skills and perspective of others from time to time. After all, we have our own unique gifts and are happy to share of them. However, the same holds true for others in their own trades and professions. Society places an unhealthy level of expectation on a person to handle everything themselves and suck it up, buttercup. This is both harmful and unrealistic. The truth is that there are countless people out there who are pleased to help others in their lives. We simply must cultivate the humility to accept this as part of our life's process. Empaths are natural healers, so it's only natural that healers in various fields are themselves highly empathic. Remember, even therapists have therapists. If you practice healing arts or help others professionally on a regular basis, there's no shame in reaching out for support and perspective from others within similar or related fields, or even simply reaching out to a trustworthy friend or family. And then it goes into suggestions for action. Seeking others' help is not limited to professional spheres. Everyone responds differently to different treatments. You may have drawn this card because it's time for an energetic tune-up. There are innumerable healing practices out there that can be beneficial for someone who needs energetic realignment. Healers out there are waiting for you to seek out their services. Many professional healers work on sliding scales and trades, so don't become self-limiting. It feels good when we help other people, so why not allow that same feeling of goodness for the helpers and healers? This card may also indicate that you need to see a doctor for a mental or physical ailment, or, as mentioned earlier, simply talk to a trusted friend or family member for support. There are many options when it comes to receiving nourishment of the mind, body, and spirit, so don't carry the whole weight of the world on your shoulders. We are all here to help each other in our own unique ways. Consider what would be the most beneficial for you at this time and pursue it with confidence. To seek assistance from other people is not a mark of weakness, rather, it is a mark of strength, integrity, and wisdom. That was a beautiful card, and I think so perfect for us Scorpios. We definitely do tend to carry the weight of the world on our shoulders. We believe that we are strong, and we are, but we also do need to seek out others. And I think for Scorpios, we tend not to trust many people at all, if anyone, because we see through so much of the BS. So I'm not saying you have to share your life story with someone else, but it's good practice to work with other people, network, and see a perspective outside of your own. You don't have to carry it alone. So that is Raven Digitalis exploring the Empath's Oracle. It's a beautiful box, beautiful cards, and quite frankly, I really like this deck quite a bit. So if you're interested in any of these cards, I'll have the links below. And then this deck is a newer one for me, so we're going to be looking at it together. This is Elena Fairchild's Rumi Oracle deck. So it is an invitation to the heart of the divine. And these cards are very sturdy. I mean, these cards are nice and thick, and they shuffle nicely. They're not slippery. They don't go everywhere. The back, I like Elena Fairchild's cards. So is the back there. And then I'm just going to show you some of these pictures. So this reads, Beyond Death is Life, number 1. Then we have number 4, the Cloak of Christ. So Christ-like energy, the Christ light, number 4. This reads, The Impossible Made Possible, number 9. That's beautiful, very cosmically driven. And this is number 19, Sacred Union. So as you can see, these are going to be very deep, very emotional, very spiritual. And it comes with a really nice book. Easy to read. I'm going to show you here just how, it's writing, the writing is. And the one that I picked, and again, I haven't read this, so we're going to read it together. Number 18, A New Gown. Number 18, A New Gown. So before I even get into this, I just want to go over, because I did not. When you first open up the book, it's going to get into an introduction And it talks about, I guess, how to use this deck, different layouts that you can use, and then the messages of each card. So, number 18, a new gown. Weary and consumed by longing, I was caressed by my beloved last night. My wounded soul was set free when I tasted the sweetness of love. My spirit was lifted at once. I surrendered my life while overflowing with joy, and my vision was filled with light. Love said, "Don't feel so hopeless, my weary and gloomy one, for my generosity is beyond forgetting those devoted to me. See how boundless divine justice can be. Behold my immeasurable kindness." Love embraced my spirit, and all my doubts vanished at once. A new and glorious robe of honor was placed on my shoulders. Love offered me the power of new vision and the transforming touch of divine generosity, and placed the chalice of eternal wine in my hand. Rumi. I have the perfect gift for you. It is a gown of new colors, of colors perfectly suited to you and no other. The colors of this gown will make your eyes sparkle and gleam as though they were more beautiful than the most beautiful of precious gems. The colors of this new gown will make your skin seem luminous, as if lit from within. Of course it is, beautiful angel. Your complexion is radiant with the light of life. Your hair will shine with luster, and your entire being will be complemented by this gown as it embraces your beauty in all ways. So hold on no longer to that shabby, tattered cloak so unworthy of you. Cast it off. Let me grace your shoulders now with this royal robe instead, that you may shine beautifully as it befits a royal child of divine parentage. Ah, beloved, if you could see only the incredible gift of this symbolic robe being offered to you now, your fears would quake and tremble, disappearing more quickly than you could imagine. Your heart would take wings and become so light, your entire being would lift clean off the ground and soar like an angel bird amongst the playground of the divine mother's skies. Yet, like a young one, so much younger than your years and wisdom warrant, you may hold on to the tattered robe as though it were a security blanket. Though you know now it is time to let go, you may take pause and have a moment of doubt. You may wonder if the new robes will descend swiftly enough, or if without it, what you have known to cling on to, you will be left stark naked, exposed, and vulnerable. These thoughts are not worthy of your status, but perhaps you are yet to realize you are the most sublime royal lineage, that you are worthy of a cloak of galaxies, a crown of stars, a body of sacred earth, and a voice of stirring music. You may be craning your neck to see who it is that can bestow permission upon you to receive such a gift of dignity. In whom is such authority vested that you may no longer be the beggar, asking for scraps and contenting yourself with stale crumbs? You may simply decide to shed that, stand up and walk with your head held erect and with regal grace, and assume your place at the table of divine feasting. Remember that your royal birth certificate is stamped in your heart. Remember, there is no authority required, no permission to be granted. You are what you are already and always have been. All that is required from you is to realize it. This oracle comes to you with sacred portent. You are fast approaching a moment of a great leap, an evolutionary shift on your spiritual path. Your sense of yourself and your divine identity is about to be revealed, and you realized in a way more potent than ever before. This is wonderful. It is a divine happening. You must allow it. Do not confuse humility with humiliation. Do not humble yourself excessively. You do not have to battle with false pride either. Simply honor yourself as a living being, worthy of life, worthy of this royal path of divine realization. What a gift it is to cast aside a belief of inferiority or superiority, unhelpful as both of those are for you now. What a gift instead it is to embrace your own path, irrespective what others may think. Who cares? Not you, nor I. Your royal heritage has been revealed, and in seeing the divinity within yourself, you become blessed to see it in all beings returning to the realization of the royalty within. Crazed searching outside of the heart will come to an end. A simple golden path will be found, as though a river of molten gold flows from your heart back into the oceanic heart of the great beloved, where, united again, you finally ascend your throne and claim your divinity once and for always. This oracle card comes with a sacred guidance for you. You are stepping into empowerment in a new way, and it is to be honored. Do not allow yourself to be dragged into dramas or power games. You are worth so much more than you know. You are tapping into the inner dignity, and others may not know how to respond. Some will respond with love and acknowledgement, others with fear and judgment, calling you too big for your boots or high and mighty. Those are voices of fear, not truth. Be in your dignity and your power and keep going. It is the divine that urges you thus, not the ego. Do not doubt the changes happening within you now and embrace them. And then it has a sacred honoring ritual. Place your hands very lightly on the top of your head and say aloud, I cast aside lesser crowns. Open your hands to the heavens and say aloud, I receive the royal gown descending through grace. Slowly and gently guide your hands down from the top of your head alongside your body as though drawing a royal robe over your head. Allow your hands to gently touch the floor as though the robe completely covers you. Sit comfortably and visualize or intend that the most beautiful gown of so many colors surrounds you. You may or may not be aware of the colors. You may see layers of shimmering lights, stars, roses, and more. You may hear the gown singing like a choir of angels or gurgling as though it was a fountain of liquid gold. Let it be as it is for you, as subtle or powerful as it wishes to be. Whatever happens next is perfect. When you are ready, simply open your eyes, place your hands in a prayer position, and bow your head. You have finished your sacred honoring ritual. Wow. Wow. I mean, I have to say that was the first time that I've really read through that. So we did it together. But I would say that this will become a part of my weekly devotional practice. I do daily devotionals, but I think I would work a card a week. I think if I was going to do one card, I would sit with this. And I plan to sit with this for this next week. That was a beautiful message reminding us that we are worthy and to remove self-limiting beliefs and to own the crown of royalty, to own the robe of royalty, because you already are royalty. It is within your birthright. So again, this was Elena Fairchild, Rumi Oracle, and this is a beautiful deck. I like I said, it's a newer deck for me. It's quite lovely. If you are interested in any of these decks, the links will be below. If you have any questions, feel free to, ask away, and I'll do my very best to answer them. And as always, we are all stars from the sky with feet on the ground, and we're doing the best we can with the information that we have. So be kind to yourselves and each other. And may the magic that we weave and the words that we speak bring healing to all those who seek it, Scorpio. Have a great week ahead and shine brightly.